So, Nintendo just dropped a big patch, and as you can probably tell, I don't have my normal setup, and my mic sounds terrible. So I've enlisted the help of the next most autistic person in my friend group. Take it from here.
Hi, I'm Veckel, a Splatoon player really involved with the story, art, splat bans, and fanfiction side of the community, though more recently into Uma Musume. I'll be reading Char's script for today. So let's just get started. Nerfs first, because they finally happened. All blasters will get a radius reduction to be partially between pre and post 11.0. Char has been advocating for this change for a while now. The AoE is felt overtuned. This should put them back in a more balanced spot. Glad it's here, and not much to add. Blaster will also get one more frame of end lag, which means it's only one frame faster than its pre 11.0 state. One frame on its own isn't a lot, but paired with the AoE change, it should put it in a more balanced spot. Hopefully at this point, Blaster will be more balanced, but we'll just have to see. Someone on the dev team hates Rapid Pro, because now it takes a whole 10 frames longer to start recovering ink, for some reason. After we already nerfed its ink efficiency. And it also gets hurt by the Blaster global change, so why? Rapid Pro is already really niche now, and while this nerf is small, it just feels unnecessary. Next on the nerfs list is Heavy. Both aspects of its paint that got buffed by 12% each time last patch are now nerfed by 8%, meaning while it is stronger than pre-11.0, it's much more balanced today. Heavy has enabled so much paint spam, this needed to happen. Char is glad it's toned back. The weapon should still be a solid choice for some maps, but hopefully it's just niche. Crab Tank's AoE is now 14% smaller. This also feels random as Crab has been struggling a lot more lately. But if there was one overtuned stat to change, I guess this is fair? I kinda hope it gets compensated somehow, though I don't know how. Finally, our points for special nerfs. 2 and Slosher get plus 10, which while small, do at least help a bit, and it is especially good that Slosher got nerfed in Char's opinion. It gets way too many strikes for retakes. Dynamo, Gold Dynamo, and Dread also got plus 10. Dread 190 slider was always a bit dumb, but Dynamo feels kind of unnecessary. It probably overperformed in solo queue though, so I do get it. Overall, the nerfs hit pretty much everything they needed to, and I hope the game state improves a lot from that. The buffs are less interesting, but let's go through them. Zap paints around the user more easily. Sure, why not? L3 gets 5% faster shots, but also more range. Probably the biggest buff of the patch, and it gives a lot better matchups into close range weapons. Time will tell, and I think Vimy is still better, but I'm a lot more curious to see how its playstyle changes. Flash and Luna both get less jump RNG, which seems like a fair trade-off for their radius reduction. Undercover uses 8% less ink, because we will go through every possible change that isn't giving it more damage. This will change nothing. Trizuka and Inkjet do 30% more damage to Bubble. Nice. That should be a more back and forth matchup. Char wanted this for some time. Really didn't expect it now, but sure. Zipcaster Zip Arm uses 33% less ink. Zipcaster buff in its time of need. Probably not enough, but Char is not complaining. This is a good one. Booyah Bomb takes 30% less damage from Splatanas. A technical buff for Booyah, but nerf for overtuned Splatana damage, so net neutral for me. Maybe it'll break Booyah tech with swords. Screen could be thrown further now, won't change much. That's good, the special should be good. Finally, points for special. New Squiffer and Slosher Deco have cheaper casts, which is nice. Less fond of the 200 point crab edit. That could get a lot of crabs, but we did nerf crabs, so oh well. See Wellstring, 190. I guess that balances its 2 kits more. The Red Pen 200 Rain, alright. So nothing amazing buff-wise besides L3, but that's just usual. Nerfs for once mattered enough where I don't care that the buffs weren't that amazing. Finally, X battles will try to match less weapons with the same range values, so I'm down for less 2 to 3 backlines per match. Thank you, game. This patch is what 11.1 should have been. This meta was one that was being hindered heavily by some very unhealthy top tiers. Char will go into more detail about that next week, if it's kind of outdated. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks to me for speaking. See you next time.